So by now you've seen those wonderful videos of Europeans and others in the United States for the World Cup kind of freaking out about the intensity of our thunderstorms, how hot it gets in summer, how humid it can be, and just basically being very grateful for American air conditioning and how much ice we put in our drinks. But I'm here to tell you, Europeans freaking out about American weather is nothing new. Let's talk about it. James Fleming, The Great Climate Debate in Colonial and Early America, opens with these amazing summaries and direct quotes of Europeans kind of freaking out about American weather, saying the climate harsher, the atmosphere more variable, and the storms both more frequent and more violent than in similar latitudes in the Old World. So they had this idea that if cities were on the same latitude, their weather would be the same. Here we have Encyclopedia Virginia telling us that Thomas Harriot in 1588 was arguing that the Chesapeake, Virginia, was on the same latitudes as Japan, China, Persia, and Cyprus, the south parts of Greece, Italy, and Spain, and many other notable and famous countries. So they thought the weather and the resources they could take from the area were going to be very similar, and boy were they wrong. Back in Fleming's article, he describes a reverend describing mighty winds unknown in Europe which came suddenly with a dark blue cloud and tore up oaks that had a girt of 3 fathoms. A fathom is about 6 feet or 1.8 meters for those across the pond, so we're talking 18 feet here. Another colonist noted that when it rains, the whole sky seems to be on fire and nothing can be seen but smoke and flames. That's some American lightning for you. James went to Rhode Island and then spent a bunch of energy encouraging colonists to just not come to America. He found the climate intemperate with excessive heat and cold, sudden violent changes of weather, terrible and mischievous thunder and lightning, and unwholesome air, all destructive to human bodies. He concludes, during the summer months, the climate is so sultry that no European without hazard can endure the fatigues of laboring in the open air. But weather gets interpreted a little differently up in New England, where Puritans believed that any bad thing that happened was God allowing you to be punished for your sins, your shortfallings. And many diarists recorded unusual episodes of lightning, especially when someone was killed or injured. So they believed that lightning was kind of a sign of this supernatural death. And an example they give is a Native American who scoffed at another Native American for being the first convert to Christianity in their group. And so when he is struck by lightning, Simon Bradstreet recorded lightning as evidence of God's power. But here's the funny part. That being so, one can imagine the consternation of Cotton Mather when he noticed, as he confided to Samuel Sewall, that more ministers' houses than others proportionably had been smitten with lightning. He was inquiring what the meaning of God should be in it. If you believe that bad weather is God smiting you, then maybe the fact that all the ministers are getting smited might be an issue. To all the Europeans and others in the United States for the World Cup, welcome, be safe, don't underestimate our heat and wind up in the hospital. You know those are really pricey here, and enjoy our air conditioning.